Oh my word. Oh my word. Just a second. I gotta go. I gotta pause this recording real quick.
Okay.
All right. Welcome to Chiefs fans before we were cool. Uh, the Brother Wonders podcast. I don't,
Fair enough. I mean, Joel decided he was too cool now to be on this podcast. And so, you know how it works. Now one of the backups has to sub in, and I guess that's me.
yeah, it's possible he was always cool. And and so he realized he had disqualified himself. But who are we kidding? Joel would always be welcome to come back on the podcast. We both know that he has quit primarily to work on his fantasy team and make sure that he is able to win because as he's told us he's going serious now. So
He's doing it serious. He didn't just draft all Chiefs players or the
he
players he
drafted
liked.
Raiders player first.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, what a sellout. That's
I
what I'll say.
agree. I would never do that. Absolutely.
I miss him a lot. Oh, good stuff. Awesome. Well, we're here to talk about the Chiefs. We're going to have a good time. The Brother Wonders pod segment ended up being the longest segment we would do anyway. So now we have the Brother Wonder with us, and so we're going to wonder away as the
Wonder
Brother
together.
Wonders. We will wonder as brothers who wonder about
Yeah.
wondering.
I'm a
Uh,
little discombobulated. All of our fans know this isn't my normal background. Been doing a little remodeling in the house, so I had to move situations, move stations. So
I'm just
hope that doesn't
disappointed
throw
you're
you
not
off.
filming in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
Like
true. I hope it doesn't throw you guys off too much.
it's a little sad. They'll be okay, I think. Um, yeah, so we're here to talk about the Chiefs. It's been a long off season. We have a question from our recently departed friend.
Yeah.
His question is, what coach is on the biggest hot seat?
Hmm.
So now you don't have to wonder about it. You have to answer about it. Like you got to do
Yeah, I
your own
guess
research
so.
now.
Well, it can't be Brother Wonders anymore, so now we need a whole new name for it.
It's true, but we kind of all are the brother wonders. So um, I think we'll be okay. Anyway, let's just answer the question because it's there. Who's on the biggest hot seat?
I have to look up names because I'm
It's okay.
bad at remembering the names of uh
Which team?
teams. I was thinking the Giants head coach Brian something, I think.
Brian Daboll. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that he's maybe uh on the biggest hot seat. I feel like they've done some investing. They have a new, they got rid of uh Daniels and um now they're trying to they have a new quarterback, and so it feels like, that could be an easy excuse that they've had in the past, right? Like, well, we just made a bad contract with a my cat's coming to say hi. Say hi, Lulu. Um, the this is high quality podcasting right here. Um, that's an easy excuse. We overpaid a quarterback, and so it's been really limiting me as a coach, and now that's not an excuse anymore. And I feel like he's already uh, kind of been on a hot seat, and I bet this is going to be a make it or break it year because they have made some changes. So, what are you thinking, or who are you thinking?
I mean, Daboll was the first one that came to my mind. I was thinking through a lot of the coaches. A lot of them are like pretty popular, like, good,
Yeah,
like good offensive coordinators or coaches that have been there for a while, right? Like they're not, the Ravens aren't going to fire Harborough,
yeah,
or the probably the Chargers either, like pretty
yeah.
recent hires, big
Well, and
names,
I mean, he's been doing
Cohen.
well anyway, as far as for the Chargers. I mean, that's yeah,
So I mean, maybe Raheem Morris. I think Falcons. Um, there's a couple others maybe. D'Amico Ryans with the Texans. They had a disappointing year after having a good year, right?
Right,
And so it's kind of hard to know how people feel about it, but sometimes that can really hurt you. Like Dayball, I think part of what's given him the leash he's had is he had a really good first year, right? Like he made them
right.
respectable. They beat the Cowboys in the playoffs, and so I I don't like it's kind of tricky though sometimes where you're a slave to your own expectations. They're like, oh, CJ Stroud's like the best, and he was really good as a rookie. I don't think he was the best, but like
Right.
it's kind of tricky with those kinds of coaches. So I think Dayball is for sure the one I have an eye on as far as like who could get fired like midway through the season or something like that.
Uh, Mike McDaniel, I was curious. I don't know how. I mean, they had a really disappointing year too, and I mean, there's been a lot with Tua injuries to make it. So maybe they're not going to like expectations might be lower, and like it's a good excuse, I guess, for why they've kind of underperformed. But
Hmm.
that's kind of another one that's had high hopes and then has been a disappointment in recent last couple of years, really, especially last year.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if Mike McDaniel kind of sticks with. They have kind of weird vibes there, um, in Miami. So we'll see how the players play and if they can continue on. But let's talk about the Chiefs a little bit more. Let's focus a little bit more on them. Uh,
I want to, one funny thing is I was going to say maybe the Eagles, they famously fired Andy Reid after he got to a Super, like what, the year after or 2 years after he got to a Super Bowl, they fired
yeah.
him. So
Well,
you
they
never know. Nick Sirianni,
well they
2 years,
wanted
like
to last
last
year.
year, I know.
Yeah,
There's
like,
Eagles fans are nuts, man.
but they're winners. We don't want to be petty
Yeah.
and bitter.
No, I just think that's why I thought it was crazy when they were
Yeah,
suggesting it then,
yeah,
but I just thought it was I saw it and I thought of, yeah, you never know.
yeah. It's really hard to know with stuff. Oh my word. Oh my word. Just a second. I gotta go. I gotta pause this recording real quick.
Okay.
Well, sorry about that. So we have some editing. I realized I had left something in the oven. Like
And
I
here
had
I was assuming that it was like a child
nope, nope, just
emergency or something. Nope.
nope, just something in the oven. Let's talk about the Chiefs.
About them, they're Chiefs.
About them and their Chiefs. Yeah. What were some of the off-season moves that you were most excited about?
I mean, the obvious one is left tackle, right? Like having, well, for one, having two, I believe that he even said in an interview that they weren't planning on getting a left tackle, but they were amazed that he fell that far, right? I think based off of them, um, like their off-season signing, they kind of needed a guard more, really, since they um, let Tooney go,
Hmm.
and we signed a left tackle, and then we signed Morris, and then so in my mind, I was like, they need a guard. I assumed they'd be going for a guard, but I don't think that they're expecting for such a good left tackle to fall as far as he did. So of course they're going to pick him up,
Yeah.
and that's obviously exciting. And also what we've seen from the preseason games and what we've heard from training camp, he's doing really well. Like hard to be upset about that. That's obviously going to be a big addition. That's, I mean, the most impactful addition in my mind. What about you?
Yeah, I mean that's a big play in the off season. I feel like I've been kind of underwhelmed, maybe other than the Josh Simmons pick, which
Hmm.
kind of fell to him. Like there's just not a lot of like I don't know if Joe Tooney trade was good, especially seeing his contract versus Trey Smith's. Um, like I like having young players, and he is young and he could grow into that contract, but that's a lot more than any other guard is getting. Like it's not just like above the market, it's like
Yeah,
it's setting the market. And I
yeah.
like that for Mr. Humphrey. I don't I like Trey Smith is good. I didn't love that. So like I just felt like
Yeah.
they got themselves into a corner and then kind of ended up losing that negotiation.
Yeah. Uh, like you said, maybe just wanting to invest more in younger players
Yeah.
play a big part of that. But yeah, I mean, if you in hindsight, right, you like don't sign Morris. Like it's good to have two backups, but keep Tooney and then don't sign Morris seems like a way better option. Like
Mm-hmm.
like now we've paid him. I'm trying to remember exactly, but similarly to what we would have paid or for what Tooney got,
Hmm.
and uh, and like we paid for a backup left tackle versus our starting guard. I guess is now I think that tackle is more important, but now we have two tackles, a tackle and a backup tackle versus an all-star guard that we could have had. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Less than ideal, but
Yeah.
you don't hate it. I mean, it's not like I don't know. I've been more upset by many other decisions, like the Taylor contract was way steeper.
Yeah. I think you keep not to give you a
No,
hard
you're
time. I
you're
think
fine.
you're mixing up Morris, Wanye Morris, who was our draft pick, and Moore.
More.
Yeah,
Yep, yep, yep.
Jalen
You're
Moore.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Jalen Moore is a guy who we signed from the 49ers. Um,
Yep,
so anyway, the anyway, but yeah, like I think hindsight's 2020, but they didn't expect him to fall. And it's hard to get in there. So if he's a generational talent, or even if he's good or above average, or like, gives us, I don't know, Orlando Brown Jr. play, more or less.
yeah,
Like, that's great. That's a great deal. And we have to have that when we're paying, Creed and all of our other players there so much money. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and go to Moore and or Moore's our backup. So it's nice. I would
yeah,
especially with Juwan Taylor dealing with injuries, that might be helpful. So we'll see. I think the general idea is, oh, our O-line got weak again and we lost the Super Bowl. It's like the only Super Bowls we've lost have been because of O-line issues. So they're doubling up. I don't care. I don't care how many people you throw there. Just make sure you have enough players to be in good
yeah,
shape. Because the first time we lost to the Bucks, it was because our O-line just had injuries. Like we
yeah.
had a decent O-line, but then they just got all injured. So
And I
having,
also think that like it felt like the Chiefs came unprepared for the fact that they were going to have pressure. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah, our line wasn't great, but even some of those people ended up playing for us for a couple of years after that, or like
hmm
was our starters after that too. It wasn't like they were terrible. I just felt like the Chiefs didn't plan for like game plan for how they were going to need to play with those tackles and with that pass rush
yeah.
coming at them.
No, I agree. And I think this, like, I feel with the Eagles, even though it was just terrible, I think they at least tried to do the right thing. So I think it was a different kind of loss. Um,
Yeah,
But yeah, that one they felt like they were like, oh yeah, we're just gonna throw over on them like we've always done. It's like not that pass rush, but yeah. But I mean, that happened to Brady with the Giants, like that, like
yeah,
everybody's like, oh yeah, Brady beat Mahomes. I was like, well, like Brady also lost to Eli Manning, and we
yeah,
don't think Eli Manning's better than him. So
yeah. It's that. I mean, who cares really what in people's minds, but it is one of those things where when you're comparing two people, then it's always easier to throw one over the top. If they're
mm,
similar and then you have that like distinction, it's
steaming.
like an easy like, oh well, but this, so that obviously puts him over the top versus
Mm,
obviously Eli Manning doesn't have any of those accolades, so you can't
mhm.
just call him better than Brady, but
Yeah,
similar idea. Similar things happen even if it's to two elite quarterbacks.
yeah. What are some things you're excited about for this Chargers game?
Um, well, for the Rice suspension, I was excited to see all of them healthy for once, but obviously,
Joke's
that
on
didn't
you.
happen, and we'll see a good chance that they won't all be health, like all of our receivers won't be healthy by the time he comes back from
Yeah.
the suspension. So, um, but that was something I was excited. I'm just excited to have football back. I mean, I'm just excited to get to watch the game. Some of my push to redo this floor and finish that was so I wouldn't have my floor have to tear it up later in the season when we'd be having people over and stuff. I wanted to just get it done, and then if we wanted to invite people over on like, hey, it's Sunday, do you want to come over and watch a game or whatever? I
Hmm.
feel free to do that, and our floor isn't half tore up or something. So,
Hmm.
excited to just have it back in general. I am obviously excited to see how our offense is going to look. Um, has been like, I mean, I mentioned it last season, and I do think that our offense was a lot better than people give it credit last year, as far as um, like since I really learned about the concept of points per drive instead of total points and things like that. I'm like, this is just a way better stat. Why don't we talk about this all the time? Like, who
Hmm.
cares how long your drive took if the goal is to score points? Like, so if you get more points per attempt, essentially,
Hmm.
then that should be the metric. Why do we look at any other stats like how many points you scored in a game or things like that? Like that's like the whole goal, right? Is we have the ball and we score points. And if we have the ball, do we actually score touchdowns or do we score field goals or do we not score any points? Um,
Hmm.
so I've gotten more invested in that stat as a whole. So I think our offense was better than people think, but it still wasn't what it used to be. So I'm hopeful, I guess, that our offense will be a little bit more um, have at least some of those deep shots. Like we just could not hit at all. Like Mahomes was one of the worst in the league at deep passes last year, as far as statistically. Like that doesn't mean that he was bad. Just offensive line made it rushed, and receivers weren't open, or we had several times where Worthy ran out of bounds, stuff like that, where it just things didn't work out. And so I'm hopeful that we'll be able to get some more of those explosive plays and actually be a part of our game again instead of like New England dominated with the short passes for years, but they suck to watch. It's way more fun watching 70-yard bombs. Like
Yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons I disliked New England in hindsight as well, is just because not only were they super good and that was frustrating, but they played a boring form. It was effective, but a boring form of football. It wasn't
Yeah.
very flashy or fun. When they had Moss, it was more flashy and fun. But
Yeah.
anyway,
That
what
Super
what
Bowl between the Rams and the Patriots,
best Super Bowl ever. You'll
9-3,
hear you'll
three
hear me say
field
it time
goals.
again. Yeah,
Man, Brady really beat them.
yeah, yeah. Oh man,
Good stuff. Yeah, no, I'm excited for the offense. I really want to see if this defense can step up as well. I mean, it's kind of
yeah,
obvious in terms of like with some pass rush. Let's see if we can get some more sacks. Go back to 2 years ago, and it's kind of more about pressure than sacks. But our team kind of is designed to get a lot of pressure, but not as much sacks. So we'll
yeah,
see kind of how that works there. But I hope our corners can do well. That all the players kind of there in the back will be able to hold their own. So we'll see. It's a good test. It's a good game. I expect to be low scoring. Both of our games against the Chargers last year were very low scoring. The
yeah,
Chargers really like to run. They play real slow. Um, you know, boring teams to watch. I don't know.
yeah.
Speaking of course, to watch,
I
but
mean,
I mean, they're
to each his
fine.
own. Some
Yeah,
people, some people might love the gritty, hard
yeah,
runs of 3 yards, and maybe
yeah,
that's what. Maybe they were I don't know, an offensive lineman in college or high school, and they
yeah,
love watching the trenches. But I don't. I don't know. It's more fun watch like when it's like who knows what's going to happen next? Is it going to be a 60-yard bomb or like or is it going to be a short pass? Like you just don't know. As opposed to well, it's going to either be a short pass or a short throw, like a 10-yard pass or a 5-yard run. You know, I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I mean, and Jim Harbour is good, and he's doing some good stuff there. Um, Random fact, every once in a while we talk about fantasy. kind of unintentionally drafted Omarion Hampton in all my leagues. Um,
Nice.
so I
I
hope
haven't
he's
won.
good. Like, I was kind of like looking back at it, I was like, I don't know if he's the kind of prospect. He wasn't like I was like going out of my way. I just didn't
Yeah.
love a lot of the other players in that range, and so I just grabbed him a lot. Um, so
Well, now it looks like
Najee,
Harris is gonna play, so or at least
yeah,
be able to come back.
yeah. That I mean, I don't know if I was banking on that completely, but doesn't feel good.
No,
It
no, it
doesn't feel good.
doesn't.
But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll have a good time.
Yeah.
We're not all scheming about it like
Well,
our friend Joel is.
no, you're right. We're more casual.
We're very casual. Uh,
I mean, we're not quitting podcasts over fantasy football. This is how
yeah,
rumors get started. Um, yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But I do feel like um, with that scheme, with that desire, like I don't think J.K. Dobbins is a great talent, and they made him look really good. And so, um, like he's a talented coach. I mean,
yeah.
we
He's
have
got a
a
good
lot
run
of
game.
we got a lot of talented coaches in our division now.
Yeah,
It's funny how that's worked. I don't know how it was that New England managed to have such a dysfunctional franchise for so much of their dynasty. Because I wasn't nearly as into football when I was, when they were a dynasty, but it seemed like the Bills and the Jets and like they just never were doing anything. Like it just was always New England,
mm,
uh, and then those teams were always pretty bad. And I don't know if it was just again they just get dominated two times, two losses a year against Brady and New England, and so it makes them look worse. I don't know, but it's they definitely didn't have superstar coaches that I remember ever. They didn't have these big trades and stuff that we've seen, like free agent signings. I
yeah,
also just
but
think big free agent signings are more common now than they used to be too.
mhm. I mean, it hasn't really worked for them. Like, they've
Nope,
been stuff like
not
we'll
so
see the
much.
Broncos maybe this year. This might be the year. They finally have three pretty solid coaches. They have quarterbacks that they're comfortable with, at least game manager level. Um,
Yeah,
so we'll see how the division works. We'll see
I
how
haven't.
this first game goes in Brazil. I hope nobody gets injured on the field, like the field conditions are good,
Yeah,
which can be often issue, obviously,
I've had in the
overseas, but
past.
that would be lame. Um, but I think it'll be a good match. I'm excited. It's starting early. It'll be on the Friday on YouTube.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's go rock
I'm
some
just glad
Friday
it's
night
free
Chiefs.
this time. I think that it's not going to be very long. I think next time YouTube does it, it won't be free anymore. It'll be only if you
Yep.
have their
Yep.
subscription, but at least this time it is. So
Yep.
for
So,
now,
so just think that's a good place to stop. We'll have more to say when the season's actually going, but I'm really excited for football. I'm really excited for some Chiefs. We're gonna get some. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in, guys.
let's bring it in.
Here we go. Awesome. All right. Well,
Or or is it Spider-Man?
no, it's the Mahomes. It's the
Yeah,
Mahomes
yeah.
thing.
No, I mean it's just a slight difference. Is Mahomes Spider-Man? That's the topic of this. It
Is
goes. It doesn't take much to go from this. It's like the two outer pinkies, like the fingers move a little bit. They don't like. It's
yeah,
mostly the
yeah.
middle ones, and the other ones move a little bit. And then with Spider-Man, they don't move at all. It's very slight.
All right.
I might be onto something here.
Right here. Mahomes
I don't
and
know.
or another name otherwise known as Peter Parker,
I
otherwise
don't.
known as
I don't know
Spider-Man.
that Spider-Man works as well in Kansas City, but less skyscrapers for sure. Makes it a lot
Love
harder to swing
Spider-Man,
around.
Kansas City. That's why Mahomes has been able to keep his secret identity so long.
That's true. That's true. Man, it
Can't
must be
Nigeria.
busy fighting crimes, family, being a
Absolutely.
professional football player. But he's probably helped by his superpowers. I mean, really, is Mahomes cheating by being Spider-Man and playing football?
It's
These
true.
are the questions that are only talked about on this podcast, nowhere else.
All right. Well, This has been the Brother Wonders Chiefs fans before we were cool podcast. Uh, Stick with us, man. We're gonna have a great season. We'll probably bring Joel in at some point. I'm really excited.
Yeah, I'll try to be a little less discombobulated next time. A little better prepared, a little less like I didn't even get my Chiefs shirt on.
Oh
Came
my,
came straight from working on the floors.
from
The
the floors. Well, we got to get to work, right? Just like the Chiefs do. So
That's right.
here we
That's
go,
right. We're
Chiefs. Let's win.
mindset.
Chiefs Kingdom.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.